Alright, light side Geo TB again. Exercise in futility. I got CNBC ticker on in the background, just watching the markets open today. Really soon. Oh, Moderna is up 72 cents. I bought Moderna on speculation. They started human clinical trials for their coronavirus vaccine. Other companies that are looking into it or have clinical trials on their radar are Regeneron, Johnson & Johnson, Gilead, and then a small German company whose name escapes me that is partnering with Pfizer. Just watching my money disappear. Trying to direct my attention to TB and the Galactic Legends coming out. The Galactic Legend kits are fucking insane. It's going to be very interesting. I imagine that the events are going to be very, very hard. I don't imagine anyone is going to be able to unlock day one, so to speak, because we need these attempt tickets or whatever the fuck. Maybe we'll get like a little care package from CG so that we can try to attempt it as soon as it opens. We shall see. But those kits are insane. But meantime, I am trying to do anything with Lightside Geo TB. I still can't beat this fucking special mission, dude. Part of me wants to go in here with Grandmaster Yoda instead of Anakin, but I don't know, man. I can't really seem to get this one fucking going. I really don't know. But, oh my god. There's a guy on CNBC who looks like fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy. I shit you not. Jim Grant, never heard of him, but he looks like Bill Nye the Science Guy. An older version. GLs are going to be fucking crazy. I did see in the kits that percent health attacks are not going to work against them, so that's good. Malik is not going to be as effective for sure. I honestly don't know. I mean, obviously on paper, without, being able to quote-unquote physically theorycraft it, we won't know shit, but I don't know on paper what the fuck is going to be able to beat these GLs besides another GL. That's probably by design, but I mean, that's just going to make GAC or TW an absolute slog. I mean, if you put a GL on defense, I mean, that's it. Like, it's just going to be who can muscle through the opponent's GL slightly more cleanly. That's going to be very interesting. It's very much going to change the dynamic of TW and GAC, as it should. These are the most important characters in the game that are coming out, so it absolutely should change the dynamic of GAC and TW. It's not like any other new meta that comes out. It's going to change it quite a bit more. I mean, when Gas came out, it changed the meta, of course. It changed tactics, of course. But to an extent, it was still beatable, or is still beatable, with a quote-unquote value team. I mean, Gas can be beaten with CLS Watt. I mean, that's a fucking value win, right? CLS is a 2-year-old meta beating, what up until tonight or tomorrow is the current meta, Gas. So that's definitely a value win. I don't know if you're going to be able to get any value wins out of these Galactic Legendaries. I mean, we'll certainly see. Ordinarily, I might say Darth Revan and Malik should be fine, but Malik is rendered inert by the fact that the GLs take they don't take as much damage from percent health effects. So we'll see. Maybe maybe Jedi Knight Revan is going to make a little bit of a resurgence to countering the meta. I don't know. There are a lot of cleansing. Well, certainly on Rey's side, there's a lot of cleansing, a lot of healing. On Crew or Kylo's side, there's a fuck ton of DPS. We will see. Time will tell. I will, of course, be posting videos of any successful theory crafts that I come up with. If my guild comes up with their own theory crafts, I will not share those because those will be proprietary. But anything that I myself come up with, I will be more than happy to share with everyone. If only because it'll make me slightly more popular and I'll get some extra ad revenue and subscribers. I am 1000% selfish. What else? Okay, the stock market is about to open up in about a half an hour, and it is going to open up down again. Stock market has given back every single bit of gains that it has had since the current president has been in office, which is pretty much all that the president up until now has been able, well, theoretically would have been able to run on for re-election. So what the president is going to do now is he's going to show that he is bipartisan or nonpartisan in getting both houses of Congress to come together and hopefully get us back on our feet. But enough of that nonsense. It's not Armageddon. It's not even financial Armageddon. I still don't even think that this recession is going to be as bad as the Great Recession of 2007, 2008, because fundamentally the banking system was beyond fucked back then. At least now we have a Federal Reserve Bank that is well aware of the problems that we are facing, and hopefully, well, actually, even up until now, has done everything that it possibly can in order to try to stabilize the economy and the markets. Don't get me wrong, I am and will be a big Ben Bernanke fan, who was the Fed chairman under President Obama. He was actually probably the best person for us to have as Fed chairman to get us out of the recession, because his area of study and focus actually was the Great Depression. So he very much was the best person for us to have as Fed chairman. Powell, I don't know nearly as much about Powell. I do know that the president likes to pick on him a good bit, but so far he looks... Ford Motor Company suspends its dividend. So if companies start suspending dividends, I'm hoping that that is priced into the stock market right now. Because if it isn't priced into the market already, then the market is going to bottom out. At which point I think it will bottom. But I'm hoping that dividend suspensions are already baked into the current stock market price. Yeah. So the only thing politically or economically, I guess, that I have a problem with that's going on right now is the government wants to bail out airline companies. I'm really not okay with that, quite honestly, because the airline stocks have spent the overwhelming majority of their cash flows on stock buybacks to create more wealth for their investors. When a company buys back stock, it literally buys back stock, causing the share price to increase, increasing gains for current even short-term current shareholders. So the airline companies spent, I believe the number is 96% of their free cash flow, exactly what it sounds like, free cash flow, to put to stock buybacks. And now they are asking for a $50 billion bailout. I don't agree with Elizabeth Warren on much of anything. I'm a progressive, but she is far too progressive for me. Certainly Bernie Sanders is as well. I am a Democratic moderate. I am a fiscally conservative moderate. Whoa. I cannot fathom bailing out a group of companies to the tune of 50, if not well more, $1 billion because of their complete lack of foresight, because of their complete fiscal irresponsibility in spending 96% of their fucking free cash flow to increase shareholder value. I'm a capitalist. I am all for increasing shareholder value, but not at a completely unsustainable rate with literally, in this case, certainly, no rainy day fund. You're going to spend 96% of your free cash flow on stock buybacks to increase shareholder value and leave yourself with no fucking liquidity should something happen. Of course, no one could have foreseen, except for a handful of doctors in China, no one could have foreseen this coronavirus pandemic reaching this level, like this, to this magnitude. But don't spend 96% of your free cash flow on stock buybacks because you guys are pieces of shit and make no money, so you have to increase shareholder value so people put more money into your stock. The airlines have been price gouging for literal decades with, by and large, shitty service, except for JetBlue. I love my JetBlue family because they are, yeah, well, we'll leave it at that. Anyone who knows JetBlue and knows me knows why I probably like JetBlue the most out of all the airline companies. But all the same. Yeah, it's unconscionable. It really is just unconscionable. I think that Elon Musk is a fucking EDP, that is an emotionally disturbed person. I think he's a fucking EDP, but I would be fine with the airline companies and Boeing for that matter, because they have no problem killing people. Boeing is like this generation's Ford Pinto. I think it was like back in the 70s or in the 80s, Ford had the Ford Pinto. And there was a design flaw discovered in the Ford Pinto. I think Bella's coming home. Hold on. All right, Bella is home and she is showering. So what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, Ford Pinto. So Ford Pinto had a design flaw in which if the car got into an accident at a certain angle, a piece would cause the car to basically explode. And Ford, for whatever reason, decided that it would cost less to pay and settle whatever litigation arose out of any fatalities for this, because it had to be hit at a certain angle and it was just a certain piece. So they decided that the average litigation would cost some, I don't know, like $200-something thousand each. And they said that to recall and replace the piece that was causing these accidents would cost more than that. So they said, fuck it, we'll take the litigation. It's going to cost us less in the end. So yeah, Boeing, the 737 MAX is like this generation's version of the Ford Pinto. So fuck that shit. I have no desire to look. A number of people could have played Boeing's stock any number of different ways and made an inordinate amount of money, but I just absolutely refuse to make money off of a company that, in my personal opinion, is probably guilty of some sort of criminal negligence. Similar reasons why I will not own stock in Altria Group, even though I am a smoker myself. All right, so here is the Bush League leftover Jedi squad. I'm not even going to make it out of wave 1 because it's just, yeah. Look at this. Just watch it happen. Just watch it happen. By the way, I got blanked on ships, which is why you are not seeing my ships battle. I accidentally donated bigs, which meant I had no, well, not no, but I did not have the really only viable tank for Geo TB fleet battles. And there we go. All right.